Hello everybody, back here for part 2 of my idiot's guide to woodworking and my free lawnmower shed. Free other than the screws and nails. Everything else is going to be basically stuff I had given to me or went and found out of the scrap and the trash and that kind of stuff. So anyway, what we have here is my really, I don't know, crappy design, but it's one very large pallet on this bottom running all the way across. I actually had to cut it down. It was about 3 foot too long, so it was about 13 foot long, and I only needed it to be 10. I was going to try and take apart those extra boards down there. Decided not to because they're nailed into the pallet boards on the front, and it was just going to be too much pain in the butt. I was going to try and cut the nails and stuff and just said to heck with it. So I went ahead, and up here in the front I got a little corner piece here that's, you know, basically helping support it slightly, not doing a lot. Most of the support for the left to right is coming from the back side there so far. I went ahead and on these main beams coming down and through here, this pallet did not have any bottom boards. It was just the 3 main runners with the top boards, and what I did is use that as a shelf to stack these other 3 pallets up on top of. Now I could get enough height to actually walk in here, and I'm able to stand up without hitting my head, and my feet are right here, so not all the way to the middle but pretty close, and I can definitely even step all the way here to the side and be hunched over slightly with not much problem. So what I needed to do after that was I needed to mount these top boards running down, and the problem with that is the fact that if you look up here, I'm not sure it's going to show up or not. I can't even reach it with my hand. I'm going to get a step stool out, but what I'm doing is there's not much room up there to nail anything to. So what I decided I was going to do is instead is take another 1x4, and I was going to cut it. Oh, now the light's in a horrible position. Let's see if I can move over here. So anyway, I decided to cut the board at that 45. Actually, it's about 31.5 degrees. And how I came up with that is I actually ran it, one of these boards over here, I'll move it over a little bit, and I ran it up above. Clearly just took my pen, marked it, went over to my chop saw over there, which we can see, and just started, you know, moved a little bit, started at 45, cut it down, moved a little more, just kept working my way till I got to my line, and it worked out perfect. And so what I came up with was a handful of these here. They're just little scrap 1x4 pallet cutoffs, and they line right up against here. So what I'm gonna do is next, I've decided to come out here, and I've got half of them cut so far. I'm getting my wall virtually straight, just a little bit leaning out, because I figure over pressure and time it's going to want to lean in. So I've got a little bit leaning out, and what I've done is, if you notice, it probably will not show up here, there's actually a pin line on that board, and I got that by just letting the rough rest there and drawing a line on it. Then what I'll do is I'll get this back over onto the actual workbench, and by workbench I mean a pallet that I have laying around that's actually a crate, and I'm going to line these boards right here up to that line, and then I'm going to glue these and actually brad nail these in. I'll figure I'll put probably 5 nails per board, and that'll secure that. So then when I come back over, I'll be able to actually mount these. This board will be free. Actually, it's going to be, I guess I lied, it's going to actually end up being like this is what it's going to end up doing. So this board is going to be mounted just like that. Is what's going to happen. It's going to be brad nailed in from the top. I completely screwed it up. So anyway, I was going to be brad nailed in, and then what will happen is this will actually rest right up against that pallet. So once I get that put together, then I can come in here and I can screw this board into this actual pallet board right here. So my goal is to mark, I'm going to do 3 of these, test fit it, see how it does, and then I'll come down here to this end, and if you notice, it's not the same angle, not even close over here. So I'm gonna have to come up with a different mount at this end and go from there. So right now, I just got them resting right here, and this is gonna have enough meat. I think I can probably go ahead and just tack them in, but I will cut a new board that fits up in there, even if it's just an inch wide or so, to help secure that in too. This wall will probably also have a board coming up. I'll put one up here a little bit to kind of rest against that. So like a lot of these here, like this one right here and stuff, are actually sticking up high enough, they're resting against that, so not a big deal. So I'll probably come here and just extend a board this way just a little bit to give that a little bit more strength. So that's what I got for now. That's my part 2, and I'll be back in a little bit to show you the next stage. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day, and thanks for watching.